This is a tough one. There's actually two really good ones, but we're going to go, this other one could be an hour long, so we're going to go with this one. How do you choose between two, it's guys, but people, how do you choose?
I've walked this path so many times.
This is a toughie. This is a toughie. I think it's one of
It
those
is.
things too where it's like really difficult to choose between two right answers, right?
Yeah. So again, I think with a choice, the only way to really make a choice is to make it when you are when you have had time to really be in your frame, like out of the chaos and the noise. Also, it's great to ask for advice, but at the end of the day, no one else is you walking your journey, feeling your stuff. And often we look for advice because we don't want to make that decision. I think when you really listen and you really look at it, like you will know what to choose. But sometimes we have situations where, sorry, my dogs are just, stop it. Sometimes we have situations where there's a fear of loss. And then you become frozen and it's like you don't want to choose, and that can just get you into so much more trouble that it's
That's
just
so good.
it's just not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. Deep down you know the answer. This is what I'm going to say. It's a decision between what your mind is thinking is right for you and what your heart is telling you is right. Not your feelings, because feelings can be crowded and feelings are a reflection of our past experiences. Okay. So I think you need to tune in to that heart math and listen from here. And then you just have to make a choice. That's it. Whatever choice you make is going to be the right choice for the moment. Know that. There's two different paths. Whatever choice you make is the choice that you need to make. And even if it was the wrong choice, there's going to be a lesson in that wrong choice that you need to learn.
Yeah. You know what I think part of it too, that especially, right, how do you choose the right person in, and we're looking at like in a dating world. My hair just won't stay out of my face. I think that we're telling ourselves, and a toxic trait that I realized is, so there's two extremes, right? And that life is all about balance. And this is a very hard balance, but you shouldn't force yourself to prematurely choose, because you might not know enough about either person to choose yet. You know, that's why we date. So if you're dating in a respectful way, being transparent with your intentions, with the fact that you are dating other people, and really truly getting to know people, that is a healthy way. And then no one gets hurt. So I think if it's done correctly, like you don't have to choose too early on, and you quite honestly shouldn't. When I was with my ex, he was very extreme on this. Like, the moment you start talking to someone, you should stop talking to everyone else. And I was like, okay, that's okay. Like, I went with it at the time, and I was like, he's right. You know, like, the moment you start talking to someone, you should just cut everyone else off and be loyal, super loyal. You know what I mean? But that is not healthy. That is not healthy. You don't know this person. Why are you going to cut off your potential husband and everyone else out there and focus on someone you don't know? You know, because like literally that's what I did. I cut off everyone. I cut off my whole world for this one man that was a toxic mess. And that's what some very toxic, manipulative people will do. They will cut you off from the world so that nobody tells you this person's probably not good for you, right? They isolate you. So now that's an extreme case, but the lesson here is that the goal of dating is to get to know people, right? And if you're doing it in a respectful way, which ideally means you're not sleeping with any of them, then you're not really going to like, you're going to have a lot less room to hurt people. Yes, feelings get hurt if you're talking to one person and going on dates with one person, they find out you're also talking to another person. But if you're not sleeping with them and saying really extreme love bombing type of things, like I can't wait to marry you, and like these type of things shouldn't be said early
But
on. You know what I mean? If you're slowly getting to know someone, they're not going to be like, what? You went on a date with another person? Like, that's not going to happen because you've been transparent with them the whole time. And then once you really get to know them and see them and are like, you know what? I feel like this person is continuing to show up, proving all these things to me. I've seen, met maybe some of the members of their family, but it's not like I've gone on Christmas vacation with, you know what I mean? Like if you've seen a lot of green flags with this person, then you can decide after a certain healthy, slow amount of time to then start cutting everyone else off. And then you have a conversation together where you decide we're going to be exclusive now and we're going to start dating exclusively, right? And then maybe you get in a relationship. But the thing is about this like healthy dating is it's not attractive. It's not what the media is talking about. It's not how it happens in the movies. You know what I mean? It's not extreme. It's kind of boring. It's a little more boring. It's a little more boring. It's a little more balanced. It's a lot slower, a lot less exciting. And I struggle with it. I've always struggled with it, right? Because I meet someone and I'm like, I'm a movie junkie. I want love at first sight. I want to like the moment he lays eyes on me to basically just get on a knee and propose. Like that's what I want, But realistically, like how has that panned out for me so far? Throwing all my eggs into one basket because I wanted it to be this big dramatic story, love story that turns out so well, but I didn't get to know them. So I threw all my eggs into a toxic basket multiple times. So I would say don't choose until like continue to get to know multiple people, be friends with them, be honest friends. You want your husband to be your best friend. So if you're befriending multiple guys and getting to know them in a respectful manner, ideally not sleeping with them, then it's a lot easier to after a while be like, this one seems like he's been standing out of the crowd. He's been showing up for me. He seems very high marriage material. I think I'm going to drop all the others now and focus on this one. And then you can go to the others and they also won't be shocked because you'll be like, hey, I got kind of serious with one of the guys I'm dating, and they'll be like, bummer, but respect. Thanks for letting me know. That's a healthy conversation.
Let's get out of the ideal world that you are in right now. The reality of life is that people make mistakes. People do shady things. People ask for help, not when they're in the ideal situation. They ask for help when they are probably sleeping with two guys and don't know which to choose and are going behind other people's backs and. So then what do we do? When we're in this, when we've got ourselves into the trenches of bad decisions, we've told a few lies, it's important because we've all been there, okay? We've all done shady shit. I have. Okay? It was a lifetime ago, but I have. I'm going to call myself out because I'm a new person now. So I've done horrible things. I've done that. I've been the person that's had to choose and that hasn't done it in a very nice way. And as a result of my indecision, I've hurt good people. So I would love to help people not make that mistake because it's an awful, awful experience. And you don't feel good. Well, that's what I'm saying.
If you don't put yourself in that position in the first place, then you don't have to deal with that later on.
But hindsight is always 2020. So what about the people who are probably asking these questions, probably in the position that I was in? I'm going to hate myself later for sharing all of this.
So how would you say then?
Yeah, what do you do?
Because at that point,
how would I have operated better? I wouldn't have
when already in the situation, already in it. How would you have operated better than you did?
I would not have acted on lust. Okay, I would have actually, like where I am now, I would never be in this position, but I would not have acted on lust. And I think it's a big thing. It's a big problem that we don't talk enough about. Love is a drug. Lust is a drug. It does the same things that cocaine does to your brain, just on different levels. I'm not sure of exactly what the percentages are, but that's why you get that feeling. Your pupils dilate. It's euphoric. So when you're
Mhm.
chasing those feelings, you don't have to be on drugs to be an addict. Okay. There are many different kinds of addicts. Love addiction is a real thing. So, like, when you're looking at it through that lens, and you've got just, firstly, don't act on lust. That's the number one thing. Pray about it. Go and phone a friend about it before you act on it, because it's impulse decisions, it's instant gratification. And unfortunately, we live in a world where everything is instant. So being able to refrain and hold back and stop and be like, let me think about it. Okay, I like this guy, but now this other guy's come along and I like him too. Like, what do I do? You wait. You wait. And the grown up, mature way would be to look at, okay, cool. What are the positives and the negatives? What am I looking for in a person? And if you're anything
Yeah.
like I used to be, like, I was very much attracted to the damaged bad boy. Like, that's what I just was me.
Yup. Yup.
Damaged bad boys. We love them. Hate to love them. So,
Mm-hmm.
where's your future going to be? Take off the romantic glasses and look at, what do you want? Seriously, write a list of what do you want from a partner? Do you think this person can give it to you? What are their morals?
Yeah.
What are their goals? What's their future? Where do they want to be? Like, a big thing for me now is I don't want to be with someone who parties and drinks. I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to worship Jesus like me. It doesn't mean that
Mm-hmm.
those people are bad people. Those are just not my people. Like, I know what I want. So you've got to do the same when you're making that decision.
I will say, like, when I was doing not in the healthy space and in that space, which, yes, I've absolutely been in that position more times than I can count, 9 times out of 10, your answer is probably neither.
Yeah, that is gold right there. If you're
And I
looking
remember,
somewhere else, it's neither. That's the answer.
yeah, yeah, I remember the first time I was so torn between these two, and I was fresh out of college, and I was very, very torn between two. And my best friend looks at me and she's like, I don't think it's either of them. And I was so upset. I was so upset. And now looking back, I'm like, it was absolutely not either of them. Like, it was absolutely not, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, I hope that helps.
I hope it helps.
Boom. Comment for more.
Yeah, send us your questions. Send us your questions. Give us
Yes.
some hard
Thanks for
topics. We
watching
don't
us.
like people.
Yeah, we just had it was some really light, fun ones today.
So nice and fun.
Okay. Next time I
Okay.
won't. What did you say? Pavement something?
Oh, pavement special.
Pavement special. Thanks for watching the pavement special. We will see you next time. Subscribe, like below. We love you.
Bye.
Ciao.